You probably heard this before. Be a leader, not a boss. But what does that even mean, right? Is it just a fancy way of saying don't be a jerk or an asshole? Kinda, but it's more than that. So, in this video, I'm gonna dive into the age-old debate of boss versus leader with a little bit of wealth builderisms in there. You know what I mean? No, we do. But before we do all that,
allow me to reintroduce myself.
My name is Devon, put in work Burke, a business funding specialist, online marketer, family man, and fitness enthusiast. I like to get busy in the gym sometimes, you know what I mean? From time to time. Now, also, I'm the creator of thewealthbuilders.com. That's thewealthbuilders with a Z.com. The business website that will have you make more money, save more money, build a better you, and business. And if you're looking for business funding, check out the first link in the description. So, without further ado, let's get back to the business on hand and talk about the difference between being a boss and being a leader, right? Because a lot of entrepreneurs, I feel like they struggle with this concept. Like they don't want to be friends, but they don't want to be a boss, and they don't know how to play that gray lane. So we're gonna shed a little light on that gray lane, all right. So let's start with number one, the power play, commands versus collaboration. See, a boss, quote unquote, they're like, someone slamming their fist on a desk and shouting, "Because I said so." You know what I'm saying? Like a parent almost. That's how a boss would move. Now, because bosses, they love commands. They're like the human version of a megaphone. Loud, direct, and sometimes, most of the time, annoying, right? Now, if you're going to be a leader, leaders, right, on the other hand, are all about collaboration. Instead of yelling orders, let's say something like, "Let's figure this out together." It's like they're assembling IKEA furniture with you or something. You know what I mean? Instead of just handing you the Allen wrench and walking away, they're actually trying to help you put it together. You know what I mean? And number two, respect versus fear. Which one would you like? To be respected or feared, right? Well, you want to have a little bit of both, right? But the boss loves the sound of heels clicking and people whispering, "He's here, she's here." They thrive on the fear-based respect. Think of him as the office version of a horror movie villain like Jason or Freddy. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's running, but nobody knows why. It's just, "I'm out. You ran, so I'm running," right? But leaders, they earn respect the old-fashioned way by being decent human beings. They're the kind of people who remember your dog's name and notice when you're having a tough day and don't make you feel like you're starring in your own workplace thriller. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that. You don't want to be on eggshells every day, right? And leaders don't make you feel like you're on eggshells every day, but quote unquote bosses most likely do. So, moving on. Number three, micromanaging versus empowering. This is a good one, right? A boss will hover over your shoulder, watching your every move like a hawk. You know what I'm saying? Like a hawk that's had too much caffeine. And you'll hear Jim's like, "Why are you doing like that?" Or, "I'd do it this way." Or, "My way or the highway" type of thing, right? Because it translates to, "I don't trust you." Now, a leader will hand you the reins and say, "I believe in you." Now, sure, they'll check in occasionally, more than a few times, but they'll let you figure things out. If you mess up, they'll guide you and not turn into some crazy, irrational animal, you know what I mean? And number four, credit and blame. Now, the question, who's taking which one, right? Now, when things go well, the boss says, "See what I did?" And when things go south, it's suddenly everybody else's fault, right? It's your fault, the team's fault, but not the boss, not the person that was giving the orders. They're like a weather reporter, taking credit for sunny days but denying responsibility for the storms. Now, if you're going to be a leader, leaders are team players. Success, they'll say, look what we did, look what we achieved, right? Now, if we fail, they'll step up and say, this one's on me. I didn't give the right direction. I didn't hold people accountable. I'll make the change, all right? They're the workplace equivalent of your favorite coach. Supportive, accountable, and probably not wearing a whistle. I hope they're not wearing a whistle. That doesn't make sense. But anyhow, who's judging? Number 5, vision. Now, there's another interesting one. A boss often has tunnel vision. They focus on the what, usually profits or deadlines, and ignore the why, like employee morale or long-term sustainability. They're like the GPS systems that know the destination but can't handle detours, you know what I mean? They're not a Waze, Waze can handle the detours. Waze be sending you all over the place. But not seriously. Now, leaders are all about the big picture. See, they'll paint a vision so inspiring and so interesting. You'll want to climb mountains to achieve it. They'll focus on the why and make sure the journey is just as rewarding as the destination. Okay, and I've only had a few people in my career that I've dealt with that made me want to jump through a brick wall for real. So it's few and far between. Number 6, communication. Talking at you versus talking with you, right? Now, for bosses, communication is often a one-way street, right? They'll talk, you listen, end the story. It's like a bad date where they spend the whole time bragging about their accomplishments. Now, leaders make communication a two-way street. They listen as much as they talk and genuinely care about what you have to say. With the leader, you feel heard, not lectured, right? So now the question is, right, which one are you? Which one are you, a boss or a leader? Now here's the deal. Every workplace needs direction, but how you give it makes all the difference. If you're barking orders, taking all the credit, and blaming everyone else when things go wrong, congrats. You're a pig-headed boss. Bottom line. But if you're guiding, inspiring, and sharing both wins and losses, you're a solid leader, my friend. And you know how to hold yourself accountable, and you know how to hold other people accountable. Now, at the end of the day, being a leader is about creating an environment where people want to follow you. Not just because they have to. Okay? They feel a need to follow you. And that's why a lot of times people go to jobs that other people go to because they follow that person. But because they trust you and believe in your vision, right? That's pretty much the only reason why. And listen, as a leader, if you are the one that holds it down, you'll probably get fewer eye rolls behind your back. So it's a win-win, right? Keep your people happy, that's so they're not cursing you out when they go home and talk to their spouses. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. It's the man, it's the myth, the wealth builder himself, Devon. Put in work, Burke, signing on for. What's the difference between being a boss and being a leader? Do remember, wealth builders, make more, save more, build more. Peace.